Well, good morning, Graham. Good to see you. We spoke the other night after the Notts County game. A frustrating night, a disappointing night, but what's the reaction been like from the squad since then?
Yeah, look, we lost a game of football. Obviously, it was frustrating. It was disappointing. The key is not to go overboard. The key is to understand why we've lost the game, where we've lost it. And I think that was after the game was easy actually, but before the game I felt we were in a really good place. So yeah, look, it's one of those things. It happened. We need to assess where, when and how and move on from it, to be honest, and I'm sure the lads will. They're a great bunch of lads. They have reacted most of my tenure, so I don't expect anything different tomorrow.
In terms of reacting, what has been the key message ahead of the game tomorrow?
Well, I need to energise the lads because we were flat the other night. It wasn't us. The tempo to our game was poor. We were sloppy on the ball. We made elementary mistakes, and you do that when you're tired. But we didn't have an awful lot of the ball the other night. The stats was in their favour. I think it was 63% of possession to them, which we knew. We thought they would have got up to around 68%. That was before the game, but obviously it wasn't as high as we thought. But we knew they were going to have the ball. So from our point of view, we need to be better. We need to have that energy, and that's what our team is all about, energy. Our crowd, we were a little bit flat in the stands as well the other night, and that's where we get our energy and our drive from. So all round, look, it was a lesson to be learnt. We'll take a lot of things away from the game, but ultimately we've come away empty-handed, which was not what we wanted. So we need to start a new run. We need to get on a new cycle and try and pick up as many points as we can and try and get, if we can, emulate what we've done over the last 6-7 games.
You talk about energy. Does that maybe rotation plays a part? Because you took it very harshly on yourself the other night in terms of selection, formation, tactics, everything. You took it upon yourself, but when you are playing these games thick and fast, do you maybe feel that even when there is a winning team, sometimes you might have to adapt when you probably think you don't want to?
Yeah, well, I've been valid question. I've been I like consistency. I like continuity, and continuity gives you consistency. And if you can get them two into your team, you breed confidence. So that's key. The opportunity, the chances I've had this season to rotate and to move around has been limited, very limited actually. We didn't have the luxury, and we probably still don't have the luxury of being able to make 4 or 5 changes, i.e. what Notts County did the other night. So that's a limitation in itself. Injuries hasn't helped. But look, when you sit here and people are asking you for sometimes facts can actually be misconstrued as excuses. There is no excuses. I don't make excuses. Notts County were better than us the other night, so I ain't sitting here trying to make any excuses. But yeah, I would like, and I've said this probably since day dot, I would like a couple more options. I would like a couple more choices. I would like to maybe be able to move 1 or 2 things around and freshen things up. I.e., if I take you back to Doncaster, where we were able to bring 3 or 4 senior players off the bench later on in the game for the last half an hour, and that gave us energy, that gave us legs, and give us a fresh impetus in the game, and we come away with the 3 points. So that would be a nice luxury. I don't have that. We don't have that. We don't have the biggest of squads. Plus injuries have maybe curtailed our numbers slightly this season. So yeah, look, choice is not something I'm blessed with. So the lads that go in try and stay in, and I have asked, I think that's 42 games the other night, was it 41, 42 games the other night. So that in itself is we've nearly completed a full season. So yeah, it's going to take its toll on the lads. But unfortunately, we're going to ask them to all go again, not only this weekend, but next week and the following week. We've still got 15 games to go between now and the end of the season, which it'll take its toll as well, because there will be big games, there will be energy sapping games as well on the lads.
Just on the squad and the bigger picture, you touched upon it there. Is that something that you're already really focusing on for the summer and building this club as much as you can, week by week, month by month? Because with Hugh Jenkins coming in, there's a lot of excitement. Is that something that's behind the scenes, always ongoing, ready to try and have a big summer to take that next step, so to speak?
Yeah, I think you have to. I think you have to in this division. You have to be on the front foot as far as recruitment, because recruitment is key. Let's have that right. Recruitment is massive. We were hampered last season actually when we lost a couple of players. We lost 4 lads that really set us back. Now going forward, we obviously want to learn from them mistakes, and we want to put things in place early. and hence the reason why I have sat down with one or two, or if not more than one or two, obviously, trying to secure and trying to hold on to them and pin them down for next season. So yeah, you're preparing for the future. You're preparing for next season, obviously. But look, we have to deal with the here and now, what's here and now, and obviously we would like, and we've learned a harsh lesson this season regarding squad size and numbers and depth. So it's been tough, and I hope we don't have to go through that again. And obviously, as you say, with the ownership and the buzz that's going around the club at this moment in time, I think people can see a genuine progress. They can see a better product on the pitch, and I think there is a definite, that feel-good factor is starting to slowly return to the football club. Now that's been tough, that's been hard, and there is going to be knocks, bumps and bruises along the way like we had the other night. But I'm in agreement with the supporters. I actually do feel there is a change, the landscape is changing, and I do feel there is a bit of a buzz, and people are looking forward to seeing this team play. So yeah, it is. Hopefully, as they say, the future is a lot better than the last two seasons.
Indeed, and you referenced knocks, bumps and bruises there. How's the team looking ahead of tomorrow? I'm thinking Aaron Wildig, Ryan Delaney. How are those boys doing? Yeah,
both lads will be assessed. They'll have we're still assessing them. Obviously, we'll see how they are when they come through the front door this morning. We'll have a sit down with them. We'll try and get them out on the grass. If we can't get them on the grass, they won't be included tomorrow. If we can, we'll see how much we can get out of them. But I do think it's probably been the healthiest we've been, although we are missing Omar Bogle, Declan. We've need to get match minutes into Oz, Jeffers and Jamo. But I think we've 4 or 5 at this moment in time. So by our standards this season, that's not a bad ratio, to be honest. 4 or 5 major senior players out. So that's not a bad ratio. So look, like I say, if they're available, brilliant. If they're not, they won't. But we certainly won't be using their absence or their unavailability for any excuse. Like I said, we've got 1 or 2 lads that can maybe and hopefully step into the breach if they're unavailable.
Just lastly from me, in terms of your opponents tomorrow, they don't score too many, but they're quite tight at the back as well. What are you expecting from them?
I don't think they'll score many, but they won't concede many.
No.
Listen, I'm only joking, but we know what Gillingham are all about. If the truth be known, Gillingham are probably another club in League 2 that should be probably higher up the football pyramid. Their financial clout over the last couple of years, they've certainly flexed their muscles over the last 2 seasons in the division when it comes to finances and recruitment. So yes, naturally that was all going to come together, and it's possibly coming together for them now. It's not an overnight process, so obviously now it might be their time. They had a really good victory the other night, which we watched at Notts County on Friday night, and then they obviously drew the other evening on Tuesday evening against Swindon. So they've conceded a couple on Tuesday night and they scored a couple, so I'll take you back to your first point. But yeah, look, they're a good team, really strong team, a lot of nous, a lot of experience in this division, and they're going well. They're another team that will fancy their chances in the playoffs, and they will want to make the playoffs. They will fancy their chances in it, and they've had a little bit of a turbulent time over the last 18 months, but just you never know, this might be their time. But it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be again another tough one. Again, it's going to be us coming up against a potential or a hopeful, and them hoping to be in the playoffs. So it's another big opportunity, another big game for us. And like I keep saying to our players, it's an opportunity to put a marker down and put our flag in the sand and show people and tell people we can compete with these big clubs. We can compete with these playoff teams.
Thanks very much, Graham.
Brilliant, Ian. Thank you.
How will it different to Notts County? They're clearly a very different. They have a different ways, don't they? How did Gillingham play?
Well, Gillingham play a similar system to us. They play 3-5-2, whether that's a 1 at the base or whether that's 2 at the base. They've got some technically really good players. Johnny Williams masters the football really well. They've got a great outlet up front in the boy Hawkins. They've also got the Colombian kid as well who come off the bench the other night. So they have some really good lads. The 3 centre halves, as we've alluded to earlier on, are solid, are strong, they're seasoned pros. The game will probably be more of a physical challenge than it was the other night. The other night was a very technical game. We'll spend a lot of time without the ball against Notts County. We will probably have, you could look at 60-40 possession to Gillingham tomorrow. So I don't envisage us being without the ball as long as we were the other night. So that's something that we'll have to be aware of. Set pieces will be very, very strong for Gillingham, and that's one of their strengths. They and naturally just the experience that they have, certainly with the three centre halves. You know, Conor Masterson is a player who's played a lot higher than League Two. So they have a lot of experience. They have a lot of nous. It will be a physical challenge. It will be one of those challenges whereby you've got to stand up to. You've got to match. And if you don't, you'll just get run over. So it'll be a tough opponent, really tough game.
This is, in a way, sums League Two up, isn't it? It's interesting for you to learn about your players. You're going from different challenges, and you'll be looking at your players and seeing what they can do with an eye to the run-in, but also next season, I guess.
Yeah. Listen, every game is a school day. Every day is a school day, as we say. But learning about the players, I don't think there's an awful lot I need to learn at this stage about my group of lads. But they have opportunity, they have a chance to go and build on. We mentioned earlier on about that feel-good factor. They have opportunity and chance to go out and build that, put a marker down and go and show, not only myself, but go and show other teams, other clubs. If you're out of contract, you'll do that. You'll want to go and show other clubs that you're worthy. But I think the majority of them, and I think they have displayed that over the course of the season. All of them, in fairness to them, they have shown they want to play for this football club. They have shown their abilities, and it's another game that we will look forward to. I think the fans will look forward to as well. I think it'll be a belter. I think it'll be a really, really good, close, tight League Two encounter. And we've take us back last year. We went up against probably similar time against Mansfield, and I thought that was a real good advert for League Two football. And hopefully we've come through those type of tests in the past. I look back at Wrexham, I look back at Stockport here, and it'll take probably one of those performances if we were to get out now to the game tomorrow. So that's where we'll have to go to, and that's how far we'll have to dig.
You talk about building your squad for next season. Is there anything you'd like to add, or is it that depth is the...
There's lots I'd like to add.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a team that could keep 28 clean sheets, a centre half that could score 12 goals, i.e. 2002, Plymouth Argyle. I would love to. I'd love to have something like that. Yeah, to be honest, if you want, give me one wish.
Yeah. But you're able to action things a bit better. Hopefully, this with the new regime and all that side of things. Last season, I'm sure you were talking to players, but you just couldn't get the deals.
We still had the same issues this year. I know the new regime has come in, but we still had the same issues this year. And like I said to you many a time, maybe I punch above my weight. I don't know, but there was a number of players we spoke to. One or two of them have obviously. One has gone foreign actually. One has gone to Championship, and then the other two has gone into League One. So players that we were actually trying to get, actually three have gone into League One. Players that we were trying to get in, and that would show you where we are when it comes to recruitment and what we're looking for. So yeah, the opportunity and the chance to bring players in was there. We chased them, but obviously they had gone and opted to go higher. So that's part and parcel of football. But look, building a squad and putting a squad together doesn't happen overnight. Doesn't happen quickly, as Gillingham will testify. It's a process. It's a 12-18 month process. But look, at the nature of the beast in football is if I am as a manager not getting results, I'm not in the job 12-18 months to carry out that process. So it's trying to find the right balance. I have to get results. And if I don't, then I don't get that type of time. But I've been really pleased with what we've been getting out of the group, what we've been getting out of the lads. And yeah, you're quite right, you say, if we can get one or two more players to add to the group, to add to what we've got, we might be a stronger outfit, and we might be taken a little bit more serious than what teams take us at this moment in time.
I was sort of getting it. You're confident. Hopefully, it won't be the the 4 players you lost, hopefully it won't be a similar situation this season. If you
Well, like I say, I've sat down with a number of lads already, so I am active. I am trying to nail a couple of lads down early doors to give me less headaches going into the summer. But yeah, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that we won't have that again. I think that could be just a one-off. It could be just circumstances. It could be something we timing is everything in football. So it could be just something that happened to us in the summer. But yeah, I'm very, very hopeful that and confident that we won't repeat itself. I think the process is a lot smoother. It's a lot there's a lot of clarity at the club now as well. And we're obviously with the new owner coming in, and his leadership, his expertise, his knowledge, his experience, I'm sure that will be prevented, and we won't see that again. Well, hopefully, yes. We don't see that again. So yeah, it's something that happens in football. It wasn't nice at the time, and it was pretty devastating to us as a group and as a club. But look, it's something that we've moved on from. We've grown. And I think with the new owners, as we've alluded to, with you on board, I think things will, the process will be a lot better this season.